What is Hands On Nashville?
Hands On Nashville is a major resource for more than 200 nonprofit organizations in Middle Tennessee.
What does Hands On Nashville do?
Hands On Nashville connects 24,000 volunteers with nonprofits every year.
Hands On Nashville creates and manages custom volunteer projects for corporations wanting to give back to their community.
Hands On Nashville helps schools through building improvements, landscaping efforts, and educational tool development. Hands On Nashville helps the public understand the key roles played by nonprofits in our community.
Understanding leads to engagement. If what you learn about the nonprofit featured in this video inspires you to get involved in your community, contact Hands On Nashville. We'll help you find a spot for you.
Be the change.
Volunteer.
I'm Sabrina Cowden. I work for the Climate Project, and I'm the Director of Partnership Relations for the Climate Project. The Climate Project is a grassroots education initiative started by Gore about 2 years ago, right when his movie An Inconvenient Truth was being released. And as he did the morning talk show circuit to talk about the movie, someone asked, well, this movie's come out, it's obviously a success, what are you going to do now? And Mr. Gore said, I'm going to train 1,000 people to spread this message. And I think most of his staff at that time, which was very, very small, looked around and thought, who's going to do that? And thus the Climate Project was born. From there, we worked with some different people to develop a curriculum out of the slideshow that formed the basis for the movie. And we were off and running. We trained our first beta test group of 50 in September of 2006. It's a full 2.5-day, very intense training program where they go through each slide and scientific point one at a time with Mr. Gore and a scientific advisor. We also give them training in presentation skills and how to approach the topic with different audiences. But they definitely put their time in, and at the end they sign an agreement to give a presentation at least 10 times in the year following their training. So between September 2006 and April 2007, we trained 1,000 people in the United States to do this. What we're really focused on is the strength of individuals in a global community, all focused on this as something that they're concerned about and is a priority for their lives and the lives of their children to come. We worked very hard to make sure that we had as diverse a group as possible. When they sign the agreement to give 10 presentations within the next year, we don't stipulate what groups they give them to or set the parameters for them. So we really wanted this message to basically be spread across all groups of society. So we looked for geographic diversity, ethnic diversity, age, gender, diversity in profession, across all socioeconomic classes. We tried to do a good job of getting a representative for every group that we could think of. We've held trainings in India, Australia, Canada, and Spain in the past 1.5 years. So we definitely have an international presence, and those folks are doing the same things in their communities that our United States presenters are doing here. So definitely it's a worldwide issue, and we're trying to do our part to strategically bring awareness to the issue across the globe. Obviously, everyone can hear Mr. Gore make a statement, and it's very impressive and it's motivating in its own way, but it's even more motivating to think about this issue in terms of making lifestyle and behavior changes. If someone that you live and work with every single day is taking time out of what you know to be their busy schedule and all the same obligations that you have to say, hey, this is important enough to me that I'm making a way for this to fit, and it's important enough to me that I want to share with you why I'm doing this. So that's really what we concentrate on, the idea being that education is the first turnkey in behavior change. It's much like planting a seed. Some people have heard of the climate crisis, some people haven't, but this kind of takes that to the next level, explaining exactly what is going on and how human beings are contributing to the problem. So we really hope to move people that attend the presentation to start their own conversation and their own thought processes on how I can deal with this and how I can contribute to this. It's the strength of individual actions combined with thousands of other individual actions across the globe that's going to make a difference in this fight. Well, the first thing I think we need to realize is that human population has increased to a point where humans have actually become a force of nature, and that the activities that we engage in are having an effect on the Earth's overall climate, which changes all the conditions of life on this planet. And in order to maintain the beautiful place we have where we live for our future, we need to take steps to correct the behaviors that are contributing to making these changes in climate. 3 top things that I would recommend. Number 1, reducing your waste. There's a number of ways to do this. Making better consumer choices, buying things with less packaging, concentrating on buying things that are made with recycled materials, recycling all the waste that you can, composting if you live in a place where you can have that arrangement, and a home with a yard. The second thing I would say is to look at transportation. The less you can drive, the better. Look at carpooling with friends, riding to school together, riding to work together. It has the added bonus that oftentimes it's fun and not just good for the planet. And then thirdly, I would say making a switch to compact fluorescent light bulbs. They are definitely an energy saver throughout your home, but they're also a very visible way for anyone who comes into your home to see that you're doing something about this issue without you necessarily having to be the trumpeter all the time. Taking this message has obviously been a part of Mr. Gore's life for over 30 years, something that's always been very important to him, but he has really taken this to a new level and brought attention and awareness to the problem across the globe, and really is speaking to individuals where they live on this issue and saying this is not a political issue. This isn't an issue that one country is going to face. It has nothing to do with politics. It's really a human issue, and we're all in this together. So I think it was very exciting, the recognition of that kind of consolidation of humanity. This is a concern that we all need to address, was really validated with the awarding of the Nobel Peace Prize.
If what you learn about the nonprofit featured in this video inspires you to get involved in your community, contact Hands On Nashville. We'll help you find a spot for you. Visit Hands On Nashville at hon.org or call 615-298-1108. Be the change. Volunteer.